Jibwa ni banda abindego anak paginggo ba abindego anak paginggo ba. Ambe, come, Majanda, let's go over there. Jibwa Nibanda, before we go to sleep. Because the fire has been lit and the doorway is open, the doorway to understanding. Namkagiwin, Wasakabinjabam, Gwinishki Babigum, Gade Hakazim Wadak, Widabim Shanam, Widop Nishnam, Asia Peshigo, Bakade, Asia Peshigo, and in down him. Welcome. You've come far. We waited long. Come and sit down beside us and share in the same food that allies our hunger. And then let us all rise together so that we might be brothers and sisters once again. So now I'm going to sing this song again and finish it. And at that time, I would like you to rise. In the beginning of time, the Creator gave every creature a gift in a small box. And every creature had opened up its box, all but one. And this was the seagull. And as much as they tried to get him to open it up, he wouldn't. So finally the animals got together and they convinced the raven that he should go down and talk to the seagulls. So he flew down there, and when the seagulls seen him coming, he took a step backwards. And as he took his step backwards, the raven landed and he walked towards the seagull. And he said, you know, brother, he said, you shouldn't have to open your box, he said, because the Creator gave it to you. And the seagull was even more leery. He went to take another step backwards. But in all of the darkness that was there, only the moon shone. So he slipped a thorn underneath of the seagull's foot. Ah! He screamed really loud. What's the matter? He said, I stepped on something sharp. And the raven says, well, here, let me see whether I can get it out. So the seagull lifted up his foot. And the raven said, I can't see anything. It's too dark in here. And he pushed the seagull backwards. He screamed again. But as he did, he dropped his box. And from out of his box came liquid gold. And then came the sun. And everybody was able to see what their gifts were that the Creator had ever. So there was silence. Oh, but the seagull, can't you take it out now? So the raven went over and he pulled a thorn out. And he said to the seagull, don't you believe, he said, that your gift was the best one of all? And the seagull had to agree. So wherever you go down along the beach and the seagull is walking along the shore, once a day he lifts his leg up like this. And that's to remind everybody that they should share their light and their knowledge without the stinginess that the seagull had. And it also brings you to mind that you've been inspired and been blessed with a good education, that it's your turn to take that knowledge and that light back to your people. Miigwech.
Hello. Welcome to my life in 5 years. This is called a hot flash. It is hot in here, people. Holy, that's because you're all so hot. Thank you very much for coming to the 6th Annual Inspire Awards. Give yourselves a round of applause for choosing to come here tonight and inspire more love. As mentioned by the voice of God, I don't know who did that. My name is Deb Pierce, for those of you who don't know me. Does anybody not know me? Tyler, we had that thing. Now it's awkward. He doesn't remember. I was asked to do this 6 years ago, and I was actually on the board of directors the first year. Antoine and I had become friends, and he called me and he said, I have this idea. What do you think? I'm like, our community likes to eat its own. You know that, right? We don't like celebrate each other. We tear each other down. True? True? So true. So sad, but true. And Antoine is love, and he's light, and he's generous, and he gives the puppy dog head tilt when you say something sweet about him. So I know I should do this later, but I want to thank you. You're not getting up right now, but can we just thank Antoine El-Hashim? I'm going to pretend that applause is because he asked me to come back after 6 years. I was actually very pregnant at the time that you asked me to host at Casa Loma. Who was there the first year? Second year? Third year? Yes? Fourth? Fifth? Who's been here all? No? All six? All six? Frequent flyer miles. Do they do that with Porter? Okay, so there's a number of things that I need to talk about. There is a draw for Porter Airlines at midnight. The only thing is, you have to, bless you, you have to be here to win a ticket with Porter Airlines. Who's not going to be here at midnight? Seriously. I won't be, but you will be. Rogers, say hello. If you don't want to be on camera, you came to the wrong event. And now you're out, as an ally at least. There is the silent auction out there. I'd like to see a bidding war. I'd like to see a lot of things on a night out without my wife. Frankly, I'd like to see wrestling. Between at least 2 women, maybe 1 man. Thank you. The Inspire Award celebrates accomplishments by individuals, youth, community organizations, and businesses in the LGBTQ community. The awards organization is a collective of community people and organizations coming together to inspire and honor those who do good work in our community. Before we go ahead and I bring Antoine onto the stage, I just wanted to let you know that, A, loving the fan, loving it, my papers don't. I would be very remiss if I didn't say a big thank you to a very special person in this room right now, and I'm going to bawl, so I'm not going to look at her. I was really fortunate to be raised by 2 awesome humans, and they inspired me to be who you've come to see and hopefully enjoy over the last 25 years. My mom, Betty Pierce, is here tonight. And for those of you who are familiar with my work, you know why I don't usually invite her. Because I'm a little dirty. So my dad was the greatest inspiration I could have asked for. My mom, the greatest inspiration. Just, they wanted me to be the best person I could be. And I hope that I'm doing that for my son now, which we named after my dad, who passed 5 years ago. And 22 days. And we miss him. It would be his birthday tomorrow. And if you don't have an inspiring person in your life, be the inspiring person in someone's life, because it's essential. All right. And that's why I didn't wear eye makeup tonight. Although I hear MAC is very good for misconception. All right. I'm going to introduce to you now the founder and president of the Inspire Awards, Antoine El-Hashim. I think you're taller than that. I don't know how to move that. You're great. That's on. I'm going to Oh, I'm not. I'm gonna do that there. Okay, there we go.
Remove your papers. Good evening, everyone, and good evening, everyone at home. It's a really big honor and joy to celebrate the accomplishments of others. That is the spirit of why we're here tonight, the spirit of Inspire Awards. We are all about community, and at the awards, we don't throw around the word community lightly. Community is family. Community stands together, supports one another, loves one another, celebrates one another, and lifts each other up. In the 6 years since inception, we celebrated 134 nominees and recipients. And the annual event has been attended by close to 2,500 guests. People coming together to thank others for being inspiring has now become a tradition of late May, and that's a beautiful picture. We are being filmed by our media partner Rogers TV for the first time. Having the awards broadcasted has been a big goal of the awards since day one. I remember a past chair of our marketing and communications committee at one of the inaugural events took me to the side and said, "This needs to be on TV." I said, "Yes, it does, because how wonderful would it be to bring the stories of inspiring work of our LGBTQ community and friends into the living rooms of many. There is still a lot of misconception about what it is to be gay or lesbian or transgender. So it is important for the world to know that our community is made up of heroes, of people who work hard, of people who are indeed inspiring. Our theme for this year is Inspire Love. Why love? Because love opens up hearts and changes minds. Love is the most powerful of all emotions. Hate is weak. Love is strong. And it does take a lot of strength and courage to give of yourself for others. Some of the people we are celebrating tonight put their life on the line at times when it was or still is dangerous. Others became the face of a cause and had to sacrifice their own privacy for the good of everyone. Others volunteered for charities they believe in, while some showed the world courage by being who they are. And who they are is indeed an inspiring example of a wonderful human being. In a time when, even close to home, laws are still being passed to discriminate against LGBTQ people, we need to be more determined than ever, and along with our friends and allies, to show the world that we do matter, that we are equal, and that yes, we are all humans deserving of love. Along with honoring a list of amazing people this evening, we shine the spotlight on the trans community with a special presentation. The trans community is still fighting hard for acceptance and equality. So with them, we stand in solidarity. On behalf of the board of directors and everyone involved at the Inspire Awards, we congratulate all those being celebrated tonight. And thank you to all of you for allowing us the pleasure of doing what we do. We love you. Hashtag Inspire Love. Let's have a great evening.
Thank you, Antoine. Thank you, Antoine. Holy Hannah and her sisters, it's hot in here, hey? Should we just take a layer off? Anybody? A wig, at least, something? No, it's not that kind of night yet. Wait till midnight. That is love. You can call it whatever you want. This seems like an interesting segue. Without further ado, I would like to welcome to the stage Ontario NDP leader Andrea Horvath to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank you, Deb Pierce and Antoine, for asking me to actually say a few words tonight. I'm very, very honored to be with you here. And I think it's important to start by acknowledging that, in fact, we are celebrating the Inspire Awards here tonight on the traditional territory of the Mississauga of the New Credit. So when we talk about the work that we do collaboratively and collectively in terms of our inspiration, we know that we have an obligation as well to make sure that we are fulfilling our necessary actions and future activities around truth and reconciliation for the Indigenous peoples of our country. And so I have to say, this is my first time at the Inspire Awards, and I don't know if I'll make it to midnight, but I gotta tell you, it won't be my last. I want to first of all thank the leadership for all the work that you've done to pull this together. Thank all the volunteers. I mean, Antoine, when he was introduced to me, I was told he's the guy that pulls it all together, and he rightfully said it takes a team of people to pull something like this together. So congratulations, Antoine, and all of you for a fantastic evening of events. And what a wonderful opportunity it is to be together to celebrate members of the LGBTQ community who are contributing so much. I want to first of all congratulate all of the award recipients and nominees in tonight's ceremony. Tonight's nominees and award recipients represent all kinds of activism, whether it's in the courts, in the community, through business, through arts, through social engagement. You know, I know that last year, my friend and a team member of the Ontario NDP caucus, Sherry DeNovo, was able to receive a Lifetime Achievement Award as a lifetime LGBTQ activist. And some of you may or may not know this, but Sherry is actually the only person to hold the official critic role of LGBTQ critic in the Ontario legislature. I'm proud that New Democrats are the only party in Ontario that saw the need to not only have that critic role, but of course have Sherry be the fantastic person that does that role. And in fact, we know the work that she's done, whether it's Cy and Ruby's Act or Toby's Law. We, as New Democrats, have been standing proudly with Sherry and with all of you in the fight against discrimination and the fight for an Ontario where everyone belongs equally. You know, a room like this, filled with such incredible leaders, is such an inspiration for me. You get into politics because you actually want to change the world, believe it or not. Most people get into politics because they actually do want to change the world, to give back to your community or to right the wrongs that you've seen out there. Being here today is a reminder that together our sense of hope, our spirit of optimism, our deep belief in each other, regardless of we have a fight once in a while or, you know, some of that stuff that Deb was talking about, but we do have a deep belief in each other. And that deep belief and that spirit of optimism and that sense of hope will help us to deliver a better future for the LGBT community, folk, and indeed for everyone here in this community and here in this province. That's what we're working to achieve. Those are my values, and they're the values that we take every piece of legislation, that we take seriously with every piece of legislation that we bring forward and with all the work that we do. The simple fact is that Ontario cannot succeed with anyone falling behind. We're a province with so much potential, but to reach it, we need the freedom to be ourselves. You know, I'm going to take just a moment to make a special acknowledgement of my friend, Deb Ponn. Deb is receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award this evening. I'm sure most of you know that. Deb has lived her life as a queer activist, but for a while, I had the privilege of having her on my team as an Andrea Horvath activist when I was running for the leadership of the NDP. And I have to say she did a fantastic job as an NDP activist and helped our team not only to achieve our goals then, but then after the leadership was over, was an integral part of my team for several years. And I can tell you that I miss her dearly. But when I heard that she was winning this award tonight, I thought that the least I could do is come and celebrate her lifetime of activism and change-making. I have to say, Deb is not a seagull. She is not stingy at all, if I can reflect on the words of Elder Gary Sue. I'd like to congratulate Deb personally, as well as all of the hardworking people and organizations that are being recognized tonight. But of course, tonight's not just about awards. Apparently it's about partying. I heard a rumor about that somewhere. But it is about seeing friends. It's about renewing and rekindling relationships and friendships. It's about having fun. And of course, it's also about getting ready for Pride. So, have a wonderful evening tonight, everyone. Enjoy the amazing activities of, achievements of the people that are going to be celebrated tonight. But most of all, have a happy Pride. Take care. And let's all be inspired for the rest of the evening.
Thank you, Andrea. All right, it's time to get started with what else we're here for, which is, the Inspired Awards. We're going to do that. We're going to do that now. Can you hear me in the back? If this podium wasn't see-through, I wouldn't be in these now. Why with the plexiglass? Put together by a handy dyke, I'm sure of it. It's very sturdy, it's good height. All right. Thank you, Antoine. To get us started, we welcome to the stage co-chairs of the Nominations and Procedures Committee, Bruce Mayhew and Rachel Chris.
Pinkerton has arrived. I got it. Love the sound effects on that, eh? Wow, Deb, you can't see anybody out there. No, wow. Honestly, nobody. Yeah, it's an abyss. And to try to speak to the back of the room, it's not even there. I have to say, as chair, going off script, so Antoine's panicking now. As chair of the nominations committee, it's been an honor to speak with, to email with, to talk to, communicate with every one of the nominees that are here tonight. Getting to know them, to talk to them, to work through challenges with them has been an absolute honor, and you inspire me with what you do. No. The Inspire Awards are about celebrating everyone, so everyone should feel proud of their accomplishments. Tonight, we announce the recipients of the 2016 Inspire Awards, and to celebrate everyone who has been nominated. How does all of this nomination and selection process work? The awards organization receives nominations through the public forms available on the Inspire Awards website. Back in February, there were 4 awards that were voted on by the board of directors under the supervision of the Nominations and Procedures Committee. They are the Lifetime Achievement Award, the International Icon Award, the Lux Award for the Arts, and the Charles Roy Award for Activism in HIV and AIDS, which was introduced last year.
The remaining categories were voted on by a jury panel of 23 individuals. Earlier this week, the Inspire Awards jury panel met and voted with a secret ballot under the supervision of the Nominations and Procedures Committee. The results were tallied by only Bruce and myself, and the results were locked in this really extra heavy, thank you, Antoine, briefcase. The key has been kept by the awards president, and that is Antoine, and I kept the briefcase. And now, to open it, we ask Antoine to join us up on stage.
giving an envelope. I'm reading it? No. Yeah, I don't know what's happening right now. We're just gonna talk amongst yourselves. You know that person you've been trying to talk to throughout this whole thing? Talk to them now. Okay, no less confused, but I'm gonna do it with... Wait, now I'm on another page. Oh. Okay, now it's time for the first category. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Shh. I knew it. I know. Okay, this is for Inspiring Community Organization of the Year. Let's welcome from the Inspire Awards, the Board of Directors, Marc Lalonde. That's French for Lalonde. I'm gonna stand right.
This is why the podium is clear, so I can show off these fancy. Hi, everybody. Having a good time so far? So I am very happy that I get to actually give out the first award. I just joined the board, and I'm really, really quite honored, and thank you for asking me to join. So, with no further ado, because I don't want to go on, because that's not good. The 2016 recipients of this category will receive, along with the trophy, I'm supposed to hold it up in the air. Ooh. Ah. Go Vanna. Go Vanna. Go Vanna. They will also get 2 quarter-page ad spaces from our award sponsor, Pink Play Mags. Okay. There is now a video.
Inspiring Community Organization of the Year. Founded in March of 2002, OLA is a social and support group for gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender persons of Latin American origin or heritage. Pride Durham is a non-profit organization that hosts pride and social events in Durham Region, including the annual region-wide Pride that takes place the second weekend in June. Spearhead Leather Denim Social Club is a gay men's club and is Canada's longest continuously running gay organization. Spearhead has raised thousands of dollars as well as spearheading some of Toronto's favorite events. Pride at Work Canada is a non-profit organization with a mission to improve the climate of inclusivity of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender employees in workplaces across Canada. The mandate of the LGBTQ CCC is to work together in partnership with community representatives in problem-solving of police issues.
Let us welcome to the stage our nominees. Let's bring them all forward, please. Ola! Where is Ola? And next we have Pride at Work. Are they here? All right. And then Spearhead. We have, there he is. Woo. Next we have Pride Durham. And finally, Toronto Police Services LGBTQ Community Consultative Committee. There's Pride Durham. I went too quick. All right, so if I may have the envelope, please. Nervous for it. It's the first time I've given an away award, so anyway. All right. And Pride at Work. There you go.
This is so great. Thank you so much for this incredible honor, and it's so great to be nominated with so many outstanding organizations. I think they all deserve another round of applause. You know, at Pride at Work Canada, we don't think that your gender identity, your gender expression, or your sexual orientation should hold you back from getting a job or succeeding in the workplace. And I'm really proud to work with an organization that helps over 70 Canadian employers make the workplaces better for everybody in our community. And I'd like to share this award with anybody who ever didn't get a job because they weren't the right fit, anybody who is afraid to be themselves with their colleagues, and all the people in this country who go to work and feel invisible. Thank you so much.
Okay. Should we do an official, we would like an official picture with all the nominees. Just before you sit down. And come back. And come back. Skip back, if you could, the way you came to the stage. Lightly. I have to be honest with you and tell you every single job before I moved to Toronto I lost because I was gay. And I wasn't even a practicing lesbian, I just really wanted to be one. And I just kind of looked like a phys ed teacher at 17. But the point is, not to mention any names, but it's a different owner now, but Smitty's in Peterborough fired. I thought it was because I burnt piggies in a blanket. It was a pancake house. Because I was gay. 1 hour martinizing on Park Hill Road, not to mention any names. Fired because they thought I was gay. Again, out of practice, not even practicing, didn't even have any experience with it. Every single job. And then you know what I did when I moved to Toronto? I worked at Mark's Work Warehouse. Not even kidding you. Then for Toronto Parks and Rec, not even kidding you. You can't write this stuff, people. Congratulations, that's amazing. Okay, I know what I'm doing. Next page. I never go by a script, eh? Have you ever seen me do this? Ever? Never, ever, Antoine. You didn't even schedule a pee break in here, so I don't even know what I'm gonna do with my Spanx. Now to present the second, thank you, somebody that wears them as well, maybe. Now to present the second category of the evening for LGBTQ Positive Business of the Year. Let's welcome the President of the Ontario Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce, Chris Matthews, and Inspire Award Board of Director member, Madeline Shang.
All right, good evening, everyone. So the recipient of this category will receive, along with their trophy, hold trophy up, 2 quarter-page ads from our sponsor, Pink Play Mags.
And the recipient will also with the Ontario Gay and Lesbian Chamber. Sorry, the recipient will also receive a full-year membership with the Ontario Gay and Lesbian Chambers.
And we have a video prepared. Cue video.
Signs is the first Canadian restaurant that is staffed with deaf servers, bartenders, kitchen staff, and hosts. Owner Anjan feels blessed to get this opportunity to mingle, understand, and work with the deaf community. The Duke has been part of the Leslieville landscape since 1870, first as a restaurant, pub, and inn. In its newest incarnation, it showcases Toronto's best live bands and remains a vibrant part of the diverse community. Mika is a local Toronto stylist salon owner with over 30 years' experience. His talents include extensions and wigs for stage, international runway and magazine models, cancer patients, burlesque performers, drag queens, and the trans community. Located in downtown Toronto's historic St. Lawrence Market neighborhood, the Hot House Restaurant and Bar offers great food and wine, service, and a comfortable atmosphere at a reasonable price.
All right. Nominees, you know who you are. Please come on up. Let's welcome and congratulate the nominees of 2016. Science Restaurant, The Duke, Mika Styles, and Hot House Cafe.
And the envelope, please. Thank you. And just really low. And the winner is Sign Restaurant. Thank you. I really can't see a lot of people in the back. I'm seeing half the crowd. Awesome. So thank you so much for this award. I'm very, very honored. I think it's amazing that, you know, from where we started and where we are right now, we are a business. We try our best to support the community in every way possible. We hire a lot of people. We try to be an inclusive business as much as we can. We hire deaf people. A lot of our staff are deaf, and you order in sign language at the restaurant. Our menus show you how you sign for your food. You get to interact with deaf people. This is how you clap. We want to provide the opportunity for deaf to work in a business, and want to support the community in every way possible. And I'm very thankful. It's wonderful to have this award. Thank you.
I'm supposed to welcome somebody. Antoine and I are fighting from the stage. We'll talk about this later. I'd like to welcome from the Inspire Awards Board of Directors, Lorenzo Pagnotta. Lorenzo, I'm not going to let you get looked over. There you go. I think we are.
Yep. Perfect. Good evening, everyone. The 2016 recipient of this category will receive a wonderful trophy. And now there it is. Now we will enjoy the wonderful, inspiring videos of our nominees.
Steph Sanjati, known as Bread Mom to her hundreds of thousands of YouTube subscribers, Steph Sanjati has devoted her time and energy to shining light on transgender issues as well as promoting a culture of self-love and confidence with her fun makeup tutorials and Q&As. Boa is a drag queen performing in Toronto. Having moved to the big city a year and a half ago, she has had a great career. She is well known for surviving a brutal assault and has since brought huge attention and awareness to violence against those in the community. Elise Bernard is a 19-year-old youth from Durham Region that is the voted volunteer chair of PFLAG Young Adults in the PFLAG Durham Region chapter. She pushed for this group to be created to help those who struggle between the ages of 18 to 29. Mackenzie is a 17-year-old student from Sinclair Secondary School. He is an activist for youth issues including those of mental health, LGBTQ rights, and women's rights.
Let's welcome and congratulate the nominees of 2016. Can I please have Steph Sanjati, Ryan Boa, Elise Bernard, and Mackenzie Mumby. And the envelope, please. And the recipient is Mackenzie Mumby.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Can I just please, guys, come over here. All of you come over here. These people are the reason why the LGBT community will continue to grow and prosper, and the transgender community really needs to get more attention and appreciation and more, acceptance, because they are people just like us, and we are a community, and we need to make sure that we include everybody. This award is not just for me, it's for everybody here. It's for all these wonderful people right here. Everybody in the audience, it's for our movement, it's for everything, and it only starts here. And we'll continue to press forward. So thank you guys so much, this is amazing.
Big round of applause. There are no losers in any of these categories. Keep up the great work, you guys. Aw, I think we're gonna have to remember these names. Movers and shakers, where were you? And oh, Annie, you gave me a cell phone. This is so nice. Who raised you? Who's raising you? Who's your village? Should we call them? Where are they? Do you have a parental unit here tonight? Who is it? Somewhere? Who are you with tonight? Your mom and dad. Let's give them a round of applause. Good job, you guys. Nice work. It gives you faith, doesn't it? When you just want to be a bitter old... No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't want to be that. A little bit. Do you? I do have a great life, it's true. Okay. Lorenzo, next page. I love scripts. Okay, fourth category. Are you melting yet? Are you okay? You're gonna all feel like you peed your pants when you get up. If that's a thing. Our fourth category for the evening is LGBTQ Person of the Year. Let's welcome from the Inspire Awards Board of Directors member Jade Electra. You heard her singing earlier this evening? Where is she? Jade. Oh, how can you miss Shimmy Shake? We didn't even plan this. Look at you being, oh my God.
Sorry, I'm a tall drink of water, honey. Okay, I am very honored to be here this evening presenting this category. Let's take a look at the nominees.
LGBTQ Person of the Year. Dr. Alex Abramovich has been addressing the issues of LGBTQ2S youth homelessness for the past 10 years. Alex's research has been highlighted extensively by the media. Alex has been working with municipal and provincial government to help end youth homelessness in Canada. Maurice Tomlinson is a Jamaican attorney and human rights activist currently with the Canadian HIV/AIDS Legal Network. He is counsel and/or claimant in cases challenging anti-gay laws before the most senior tribunals in the Caribbean. Kevin Levesque. Misconception is an overnight sensation that has been 16 years in the making. When he is not touring, Misconception, aka Kevin Levesque, has raised money for the People with AIDS Foundation, Friends for Life bike rally, as well as rode his bike from Toronto to Montreal. Danielle Bottineau, LGBT cop on social media, has been a member of the Toronto Police Service for 17 years. Rainbow Coco Chanel is a 29-year-old transgender woman with a mild intellectual disability. She is an artist and activist in her community. Born and raised in Scarborough, she has spent her whole life advocating for equal rights. She works tirelessly to stop homophobia and transphobia.
All right. Well, let's welcome all of the nominees to the stage, starting off with Misconception, Maurice Tomlinson, Danielle Bottineau. I'm sure I'm screwing this name up. Sorry about that, but of course it is taking the blood away from my brains. Alex Bramovic. Alex Bramovic. And Rainbow Hunt. Okay, like you, I have to follow a script too. Don't. I'm supposed to shake everyone's hand. See, I did it, Antoine. Okay. I'm so nervous. Okay. Oh, we didn't do the thing with the award. I'm just following the script. All right. And our person of the year is Dr. Alex Abramovich.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you very, very much. Thank you. What an honor. I am so honored to be here amongst such amazing people. Thank you very much. And to be part of such a beautiful and brilliant community. I'd like to thank my beautiful partner, Caroline, for all of her love and support. I'm very lucky to be with her. I work with some of the most marginalized young people in our community, and it's really their resilience and strength and courage that inspire me every single day. And I have so much gratitude for the queer and trans youth that I work with over the years, and I've learned so much from them. And I'm just so very thankful. My heart is very full. Thank you.
Please stick around for the photo.
His batteries ran out. I hate when that happens. Right in the middle of something, just when you're... Oh, what? Somebody, listen, we all have high-def cameras. Are you kidding me? Pull out an iPhone. That's right there. Okay, look over there. Paparazzi. Good, great. Excellent, thank you very much. Wait, we are so organized. I'm taking this on, I feel like this is this, can I be doing anything different? Yeah, I think we're good. You're good. And scene. Well done. Okay. Thank you, Jade Electra. Okay, next page. We're moving along. Let's look at the time. We're supposed to be at 9:20. It's 9:38. Meh, not bad. Gay time. 18 minutes. No more speeches. Okay. This year, the Inspire Awards presents a tribute to trans heroes. Please welcome Inspire Awards 2011 Lifetime Achievement Awards recipient, Boyd Kodak. And also the drummer in a band that I was in for about a minute. Remember that?
Yeah, Mama Jamma. Yeah. Yeah. Good evening to everyone and welcome. Our spotlight this year focuses on trans heroes, and on behalf of the Inspire Awards, I am honored to be here to present them to you. A hero. A hero is someone that we note and admire for their courageous and outstanding achievements. And tonight, we will meet some shining examples of this. Let's take a look at a brief video we have to introduce them to you.
Enza Anderson, a writer, activist, and media personality, is a trans woman who works and lives in Toronto. Her quick wit, giving nature, and outgoing personality also play up to her former public persona as Enza Supermodel. Her dedication to community is self-evident through the many hours of volunteer work she has contributed to various organizations. She currently serves as a board member of the Toronto Police Service LGBTQ2S Community Consultative Committee. As a person who cares deeply about social issues, environment, and quality of life for all, Enza Anderson exemplifies the courage of what it's like to be a trans woman who works hard to make a difference. Tyler Austin has been a positive and active force within the LGBTQ+ community for many years. He announced his authentic self to his family when he was only 14 years old. Tyler's many performances throughout the years speak volumes about his advocacy and dedication. Mr. Austin holds the distinction of being the first trans man in Canada to win the Labatt Blue Entertainer of the Year in 2007 and to have placed second in the Toronto Mr. Leatherman competition. Today, Tyler is enrolled in the pre-service firefighting education and training program of Durham College. He is committed to his dream of becoming the first trans man to be hired as a firefighter within Canada. Rachel Lauren Clark is a passionate LGBT advocate and is currently the Secretary of the Board of Directors at Pride Toronto and President of the Queers Liberals. She has done human rights work with Amnesty International and been a volunteer at the 519 Community Centre in Toronto, Canada. Her work in human rights has spanned throughout North America over the past 20 years, where her current focus is on transgender civil rights and LGBT inclusion. Some of her long list of accomplishments include a degree in journalism from Morrisville State College and has attended Syracuse University, New York University, and is currently in the Master of Theology program in the University of Toronto. She also served in the United States Marine Corps and Navy.
Thank you. Okay, now please welcome first Enza Anderson.
Just got hit in the tooth with the mic. I just want to say thank you so much for this wonderful honor and this award. And thank you to my other two colleagues who are being recognized tonight, Rachel and Tyler. And I want to say, too, that I've been blessed throughout all these years with some wonderful, wonderful people in my life. I may have upset some, annoyed some. I've gained new friends. I've made some wonderful connections. And I'm just so honored to be here to accept this. And I just hope that, you know, I never intended to be an activist, and you just fall into it because when you see something wrong, you want to just make it right, and it drives you crazy, right? So, and you are all inspiring to me for all the work that you've done, and so God bless you all, and you're doing a wonderful job, and thank you.
Thank you, Enza. Okay, next, Tyler Austin.
So this is awkward. I'm fully clothed for once, which is a first, if you know me. I just want to say thank you to the Inspire Awards and all of my friends and family. I do want to say thank you to my best friend and my fiance, Kelly Hummel, for always supporting me. We've been through thick and thin, and when I said I wanted to go to school and I put my life on hold, she said do it, so thank you. Like Enza said, you don't really fall into being an activist. I came out at a very young age in the middle of high school, and we all know high school is hell to begin with. I came out as 14 as a trans man. In high school, it was ridiculously hard. I have the support and love and support from my family and friends, and my mother, who's been supportive 110%. I knew at a young and early age who I was, and I didn't have anybody to reach out to. I didn't know what the trans community or queer community or lesbian, bi community was all about. When I started hormones, I realized you got to a certain point. I'm stealth, whatever, you know, the community wasn't really there for me. And then I realized how many young people need an ear and an arm and a shoulder to cry on. And that moment for me changed the rest of my life. If anybody needs help, I'm always there. Firefighting for me is a dream, and I followed it since I was young. So at 28, I made the career choice to decide to go back and give back to the community that's given me so much over the years. And me becoming a firefighter, to me, is just one way to be that shoulder for anybody and everybody of any kind of community. And this, honestly, thank you to everybody. And this award's not just for me, it's for every single person in this room. So thank you.
Thank you, Ty. Thank you. And now, Rachel Lauren Clark.
Unlike my other two friends here, I need to write everything down because I'm getting really old. So I apologize for that I'm going to read from this. And why doesn't this thing work? No, I'm kidding. No. Thank you for the Inspire Awards, for this beautiful, wonderful award. I really appreciate it very much. And thank you to everyone for being here tonight. 3 years ago or so, I was volunteering at the 519 Community Center. I was doing a ticket window when I saw this absolutely gorgeous person walk up, and she asked me for her ticket, which I shyly gave it to her because I was quite frankly awestruck. When she left, I turned around and I said excitedly to my colleague, "Who is that?" And the person said, "Oh, that's Enza Anderson. She's famous. Do you know that she ran for mayor?" I turned around and said to myself, that's the kind of person that I want to be. I hope you don't mind that I followed your lead, Enza. As such, I feel greatly humbled that I'm standing here with you. 3 years ago, I would have never dreamed that I would be here, and I want you to know that you're a huge inspiration for me. Tyler, although I don't know you personally very well, I'm also greatly honored to be standing here with you tonight. And I want to thank you personally for all the work you do and the dreams you have to keep us safe. So I received this award in dedication of the work that all trans people have done with my greatest and most sincere thanks. You have gone through so much, you deserve all the best of what this world has to offer. And I promise I will continue to work as hard as I can to make sure you get it. And although I'm sorry for what's happened in the past to you and our community, the future is bright. And although we have too much work to do, for the first time there's light at the end of this tunnel, and that light is you, and never forget that. I'd like to just take one more minute to acknowledge someone else. This is going to be hard for me to say, sorry. I'm often asked the question, Rachel, how do you have so much energy? And I, of course, reply, Diet Coke. Of course it isn't that. There are many times with all the things I do that I'm exhausted mentally and physically. There are many, many times when I feel like I want to quit everything. There isn't a day that goes by that I feel like life's problems are insurmountable. I say that doing this work is thankless, and it's not. You're thanking me now. The real thankless job goes to my partner, who is there to make sure I keep going, who suffers when I suffer, who bleeds when I bleed. When I'm taking a call in the middle of the night for someone in trouble, she is there taking that call too. Even though she has to get up 2 hours after, she never complains. When I think I can't be somewhere to speak to kids because I can't afford to do it, she finds a way to make it happen. She is always there to keep me going when I feel like it's just too hard. She is the reason that I am standing here. Why do I have so much energy? It's because of you, Carol Ann. I want to acknowledge that this award belongs to her as much as it does to me, because without her, there's only a lesser me. I love you, Carol Ann. Thank you for being you. Thank you for this award, which I will cherish always. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel. These three examples have lived their lives facing their truths and challenges head on in their fight for trans rights, trans inclusion, and it's with great delight that I present to you your awards tonight. Lisa?
Look at Antoine not being there for that question. We're going to take that up afterwards. It's a good question. Oh, no, don't kid. Okay. I love that these awards exist. Don't you love this night? Isn't this it's so nice. So good. All right, congratulations again to everybody nominated as well as the recipients tonight. Now, we have some other special presentations. We're going to start with the Lux Award, which is presented jointly by the 10 by 10 Photography Project and the Inspire Awards. To tell us about this award and the individual chosen to receive it, please welcome to the stage James Fowler, creator of 10 by 10 Photography Exhibit. Does your hair need a mic too, or are we good?
Nothing for my hair. Hi everyone, I'm James. The Lux Award, this was introduced about 3 years ago. Named after a unit of light, the Lux Award is given posthumously to a Canadian LGBTQ person who made a significant contribution to the arts during their lifetime. There are some amazing people who have lit the creative path along the way, and tonight we get to honor one of them. A personal hero of mine. One of two sons, Timothy Finley, was born in Toronto, Ontario. He pursued a career in the arts, studying acting, and had significant success as an actor before turning to writing. He was part of the original Stratford Festival Company in the 1950s, However, Timothy Finlay is most known as a highly celebrated Canadian novelist and playwright. Timothy Finlay received 2 Governor General Literary Awards, the Canadian Authors Association Award, an Actor Award, the Order of Ontario, the Ontario Trillium Award, and in 1985 he was appointed an Officer of the Order of Canada. He was a founding member of the Chair of the Writers' Union of Canada and a president of the Canadian chapter of PEN International. To honor Timothy, his portrait will be exhibited, this is a photograph by Sam Kanga, by the way. It'll be included in this year's 10 by 10 photography exhibition, which opens June 30th at the Gladstone Hotel. I hope you will all join us. And as well, this year's book, our 6th edition, will be dedicated to his memory. To accept the award on behalf of Timothy and his surviving partner, William Whitehead, please welcome Mark Cote.
I'm very honored to thank this on behalf of William Whitehead and Tiff, as I knew him. Timothy Finlay was an extraordinary man in very many ways. Not only was he a great novelist and a superb playwright, as a human being, he was one of the first volunteers when his friend June Callwood set up Casey House. He and Bill went one night a week. They drove in from Cannington and they spent the night working at Casey House. He mentored hundreds of writers. And by mentoring, he didn't just offer advice. Very often, he and Bill opened their wallets and paid people's visa bills, paid their rent, made sure they ate. There's an enormous amount of good this man did, and he was, on top of it, one of our greatest writers. Thank you.
All right, to hand out the Charles Roy Award for activism in HIV/AIDS, please welcome the Executive Director of the AIDS Committee of Toronto, ACT, John Maxwell. There he is. Oh, God.
How you doing, sweetie? Catching up. It's been a while. Thank you, everybody. Last year, Inspire Awards introduced the Charles Roy Award for activism in HIV and AIDS. The award is named after Charles, a past executive director of ACT, in acknowledgement of the significant contributions he made in the fight against HIV, both locally and nationally during his lifetime. Charles passed away from HIV-related causes in 2002. He was a friend, a colleague, and a mentor of mine, and I'm sure he would be proud of the recipients of this year's award. Jor-El, John Richard Allen, is a Toronto-based visual artist and HIV activist. Much of his art was exhibited at the 16th International AIDS Conference, which is held here in Toronto in 2006. Launched in 2007, his HIV and queer online community called Pause Planet currently has over 7,700 members on Facebook. His well-received HI Vogue poster series celebrating international HIV-positive public figures, both past and present, debuted at the 2008 Scotiabank Nuit Blanche and was profiled by Karen Miranda Augustine in Possession, All That Is Sacred in Contemporary Art. And in 2011, he co-founded Pause TO with DJ Relentless, a monthly dance party event created for Toronto's HIV-positive community. Over the years, Pause TO events have raised funds for ACT, the AIDS Committee of Toronto, Black Cap, the Black Coalition for AIDS Prevention, Out in Pause, PWA, Toronto People with AIDS Foundation, and SOY, supporting our youth. Please help me congratulate and welcome to the stage John Richard Allen.
I just wanted to thank some of the people who helped me start Pause Planet. That would be Verlius Stevens, Marky Landell, husband, Alfonso King, Andrew Thomas, and Teo Martinez. Thank you very much.
A breeze. The Inspire Awards is also awarding this year honorable mention for great contributions to Jared Strawn. Jared Strawn is the Men Who Have Sex with Men Outreach Coordinator at Black Cap, the Black Coalition for AIDS Prevention, and is the facilitator of the Black Men Who Have Sex with Men youth group for African, Caribbean, queer Black youth ages 16 to 29. He was born and raised in Nassau, the Bahamas, and relocated to Toronto in 2012 as a refugee claimant. He's also volunteered at the 519 Community Centre, at Supporting Our Youth, and at the Toronto PWA Foundation. Jared, please come up to the stage. Thank you.
Didn't know they would use that picture, but okay.
That is yours, honey.
Wow, I just want to say thank you. I just want to thank you to persons who inspire me. I believe as a young activist to give thanks to those who came before me and who are continuing the fight against HIV and AIDS, and also against homophobia, transphobia, and stigma. Jade Electra, the ED at Black Cap, Shannon Ryan, Maurice. I just want to tell you guys thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't really win things, so so I didn't have any big speech or anything like that, but I just want to say, thank you for the opportunity, and just, again, thank you. No.
For me? Congratulations. All right, now it is time for a moments of gratitude. It's in air quotes. I'm just as surprised as you. I don't know what's going to happen, but I am going to introduce to you the secretary of the Inspire Awards, Lorenzo Pagnotta. Again, there you are.
Thank you, Deb. Good evening once again. The Inspire Awards is a non-for-profit organization, in case you're wondering, and as you know, it takes a lot of wonderful supporters to make this evening happen. A big thank you goes out to our diamond sponsor, TD Bank, our platinum sponsors, Porter Airlines and Humberview Chevrolet and Devon Mullen, our gold sponsors, Medical Compassion Clinic, Church Wellesley Medical Clinic, Campbell Roy and Eldridge Insurance, Mike's Music Machine, Hum Law Firm, Sam Strategist Consulting Services. Our silver sponsors, Midtown Dental Clinic, ACE Awards, The New Leaf Florist, Core Design Services. Our media partner, Rogers TV. Our media sponsors, Pink Play Mags and The Buzz. Our award sponsors, Pink Play Mags, Ontario Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce. Our supporters, Avon Hill Limousine Services, Bless Bless Productions, Carlton Cinemas, and Magic Lantern Theaters, J. Reams Publishing, and ArchangelDesign.ca. Our VIP lounge wine sponsor, Winecraft & Cork, Heritage Estates Wine from Mrs. and Mrs. Joy Lamar. And finally, our silent auction contributors, including Healthy Planet, Toronto Marriott Blue Yorkville, Courtyard Marriott Downtown Toronto, Activating Health, Patrick Hunter, Good Life Fitness, Ripley's Aquarium, and Buddies and Bad Time Cedar, and anyone that we may have missed. Thank you very much, and thank you.
Well done, you. That's what that was. All right, the Lifetime Achievement Award. Whoa, hey-oh. I'm just enjoying the fan before I go to the wings again. Let's invite to the stage the Vice President of the Inspire Awards, Joey Lamar. I'm sorry. Joey Lamar! I got mixed up with the spelling. Sorry, thank you.
Wow, it's really black back there. Hello to all the moist people. Okay, the Lifetime Achievement Awards. Before we get started on that, I just want to mention that today's recipients of the Lifetime Achievement Awards, as well as past recipients and future recipients, will be eventually inducted into the Monument of Fame. It is also part of the Walk and Monument of Heroes. It is a project that is near and dear to my heart and something that we've been championing for years. And this year we hope to break ground and make that happen. It's important to our youth, to generations to come, to be able to see the history and the hard work that many of you, specifically our Lifetime Achievement Award winners, what they've done for our community and why you're able to walk the streets holding hands in Toronto and amongst other things, a lot of the freedoms we have. I'm from the States originally. You have no idea how important that is. We must never forget our history. There's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't thank my wife for luring me here with what I believe is panty soup. Sorry, Rogers. But it's important that we honor our history. So now, to help me bestow the ever-prestigious, you know you want it, Lifetime Achievement Award to a personal hero of mine, Mr. James Dubro, please help me welcome on stage a past recipient of this award, and I want this word specifically to echo in this hall, the Honorable Reverend Dr. Brent Hawks. Welcome, Reverend Hawk. Let's watch the video, please.
James Dubro, a well-known crime writer and documentarian of organized crime, has lived, played, and worked in the downtown gay communities since 1970s. He was a member of the University of Toronto's Gay Academic Union, a board member of the Canadian chapter of the National Lesbians and Gay Journalists Association, written for the Body Politic, and reported on crime issues for Extra for 2 decades. He founded the first gay dining club in Toronto called The Mayfly in 1979, which existed for 15 years. He later was a longtime member of the first Police Gay Community Liaison Committee since 1991 to 2002. While a student at Columbia University, James witnessed the first of the Stonewall riots firsthand. He was also a participant in the first gay demonstration in Toronto at Hanlan's Point, sponsored by Toronto Gay Action in early August 1971.
Congratulations, James, on receiving this very deserved award. It's been your tenacity, your brilliance, and your heart that have helped to make this community great. James, could you come up now and receive the Lifetime Achievement Award?
Thank you all so much. Thank you. I think I lost my speech. Thank you, thank you. I'm deeply humbled and very honored to receive from one of my personal heroes, the Reverend Hawks, this award. Fortunately, a lot of what I wrote is already in there, so I'll simply say that I'm probably the only person in the world who was at the first Stonewall riot in New York City's Greenwich Village on June 28, 1969, and also after the aftermath of the bathhouse raids in Toronto on February 6, 1981, I was in the first demonstration. And both events were electrifying and scary. It was exciting to see the drag queens and street kids, that's what we called them then, drag queens, fight off the police trying to arrest them outside the Stonewall Inn. I was on my way home from Columbia, where I was a student there, and after a recreational night in the village. But it was also scary to see such violence by the police against unarmed gay people. There was a lot of blood and screaming. But that and subsequent protests led to the first real gay liberation movement in the United States. Well, actually in North America. But the first demo in Toronto on February 6th, after 150 cops raided and smashed up 4 major steam baths in the city the night before, was for me a more exhilarating and empowering than the night of Stonewall was. I should put a footnote here. During Stonewall, I was a student at Columbia. We had a takeover of the university going on at the time. We were all in the anti-war movement. My professor was locked in his office on the 2nd floor. This seemed like a slightly minor event, except to see drag queens and students, as I say, and kids, street kids fighting was really something. This first night of the protest on the bathhouse was more exciting to me because I was a participant, not just an observer, and because I was part of thousands of everyday gay people taking to the streets to express their rage at what the police had done. All this, after all, was in staid Toronto the good, not the often wild and explosive 60s New York scene where there were demonstrations daily over the Vietnam War. When I took to the streets of Toronto on the night of February 6, '81, I saw people I'd tricked with. I don't know if you know that word, tricked. Anyway, people I'd had a liaison with. I saw a quick one. For the first time outside of the bars or the bathhouses where I'd met him, as well as many gay friends and activists. I'll leave the rest of this, it's too long. Subsequently, I got involved, as they say up there, in the first police community liaison committee. Liz Devine is here tonight. She was one of the members with me. And that was one of the things that came out of the bathhouse raids. It took 10 years, but we actually started a committee and dealt seriously with cops. So that when the raids at the Bijou happened, we were able to intercede, and Remington's. I was also on the 52 Division CPLC. So I think the police have come a long way in all these years, and I think they should be congratulated for the work in the gay community. Anyway, I'm so proud to be here because there's so many wonderful people here. Almost everyone here has been inspiring to me, so I thank you very much for this award.
All good? My gel still holding up? Our second Lifetime Achievement Award recipient, Deb Ponn, is also a force to be reckoned with. To help me present this award, please help me welcome to the Inspire Awards stage another powerhouse of our community, and again, a recipient of this award, MPP Sherry DeNovo. Let's watch the video.
Since coming out in 1969 at age 12, Deb has been proudly herself. She has fought violence against women, powered NDP election campaigns, and innovatively used music as her organizing tool, inspiring thousands of us to dance in joy and outrage, all as an outspoken lesbian. She began her activism DJing with Lesbians of Ottawa Now in 1977 and was one of the first outdykes working at the Toronto Rape Crisis Centre in 1980. Deb pioneered both dyke and trans defense courses and has remained active mentoring young people, pursuing social justice and growing the NDP's presence in pride celebrations across the province. Deb is a recipient of the 2007 City of Toronto Human Rights Award.
I just want to say congratulations to Deb. I mean, she's an amazing person, and while I'm up here in 30 seconds or less, I want to say again to Antoine and the board, we have to remember that this evening takes place in a world where over half the countries in the world have laws against people like us, and where 20 countries in the world would have us all dead there are actual death sentences against us. So this evening is a miracle. Thank you, Antoine and the board. And thank you to people like Deb who made this all possible. Deb, come up and get your award.
Thank you. As Thich Nhat Hanh would say, liberation is not an individual matter. There are so many people to appreciate and so little time. I came out at the age of 12 in 1969, as James said, the year that Stonewall dykes and fags and trannies fought back against police oppression. So here we are almost 50 years later. And it's very fitting that my mother and my sister are here tonight. Our relationship mirrors the changing consciousness and the profound societal shifts that we have all fought so hard for these past 5 decades. Mom, Sue, thank you so much for loving me for who I am and not for who you thought I should be. To Marie Robertson and Yvette Perrault, thank you for finding this young butch handsome, and for your activism as lesbians in the 1970s, which showed me that I had a community. Because of you, I began to let go of the life that I had planned in order to make way for the life I was meant to live. The activist in me had found a home. To Mary Ruth Morton, Anna Willits, Chris Leonard, and the many women of the Toronto Rape Crisis Centre, Multicultural Women Against Rape, you gave this working class dyke with no high school degree an opportunity to make good trouble for more than 20 years. You gave me a radical feminist analysis and a language to understand my oppression and how it is connected to everyone's liberation. Thank you for embracing me and loving me into myself. To Deb Chard and the Sisters of Wendo Women's Self-Defense, our work embodies the revolutionary notion that oppressed communities are worth loving and that we are absolutely capable of effective resistance. Thank you for 30 years of encouragement to find our voices, to take up our space, and to be warriors. To Andrea Horvath, Giselle Yanez, and Darlene Lawson, you invited me to help make history by getting Andrea elected as the first woman leader of the Ontario NDP. Then you took a team of women and queers with you to raise hell at Queen's Park, including this activist dyke whose idea of dressing up is a new pair of jeans. I so appreciate the opportunity for my experience to make a difference there. To my sweet love, my beloved, to Billy Laskin, you taught me that politics without spirituality is dangerous and that spirituality without politics is empty. Thank you for loving me into my biggest self. And finally, as Audre Lorde notes, without community, there is no liberation. Together, we have marched, we have danced, we have raised our voices in joy and in outrage. We have mourned, we have celebrated, we have fought back, and man, have we kicked ass. Of all the things that we've accomplished, I'm most proud, not only of how we struggled year after year after year to change the world, but also to change ourselves. While we have much to celebrate, there is so much more to be done. Now, more than ever, we must work to challenge the complacency of respectability and ensure that the spirit of Stonewall leaves no one behind. I am honored, deeply honored. I share this with all of you. Thank you.
Fantastic. Congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, we get mistaken for each other all the time. We're the same person. People keep asking me to DJ dances. I'm like, wrong Deb. But how much does it pay? Because I could do that. All right. To present the Special Honorary Lifetime Achievement Award, please welcome to the stage the Imperial Court of Toronto Empress Morgan James and George Palmer.
I haven't seen Deb in a long time, so we had to do some catch up there. And she took our script. 20 years ago, I had the distinct pleasure of meeting Leonard Kelly, AKA Candace Kelly, when she was stepping down as Empress 9. 2 decades later, I once again had the distinct honor, thank you, of getting a script. 2 decades later, I had the distinct honor of Candace being part of the team that helped crown me as Empress 29 of the Imperial Court of Toronto. Sadly, we lost Leonard in October of 2015. Candace was more than just a performer. She was an activist. She was a mother hen. She was a mentor. She was, and most importantly, a friend to everyone in the community. For those of us who knew the man under the makeup, Leonard or Candace was someone that we could always count on. She would literally give you the shirt off of your back. Always willing to give her time to the community, Candace reigned an unprecedented 4 times as Empress of the Imperial Court of Toronto, one of the oldest LGBT fundraising organizations in the world. She was a legend across the international court system, well known across Canada and across the United States as someone that all the young queens aspired to be and someone that every court member came to love.
A large number of Toronto's best entertainers owe their start to Candace. She not only gave them stage time, tips, and help with their craft, she gave some of them a home, a place where they felt loved and accepted. She fed them, taught them, loved them, and became family when their own families didn't support them. It didn't matter to Candace what your background was or where you came from. If you needed help, you received it. If she couldn't personally help you, she found someone who could. Well, Candace may longer be with us, on stage. She remains in our hearts forever, and her lessons live on.
To accept this award, we'd like to call to the stage one of Candace Kelly's drag daughters and a close friend, Miss Nikki Chin. There she is. Purse first, girl, purse first.
Hi, everyone.
Got it. Thank you.
I might be one of the people who are coming up here without anything written down. I wasn't 100% sure exactly what was happening tonight, but I really do appreciate everyone being out here tonight. As one of Candace's 256,328 children, I do accept this award on her behalf. If you had the pleasure of knowing who she was and who she is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful human being through and through. And I live up to aspire to be just like her. And she inspires me even up there, waiting for me to come up there as well. And I want to be the best that I can be for her and for the community. And I want to make sure that this award doesn't die. That's it. That's all. Thank you.
I just want to say one more thing as being Candace's shadow through all the years. She would always say, crown your heart before your head. And if she didn't know anybody in this room, she probably would get to know you. God bless her. Love you.
No, no, not at all. I got this. Oh, God. We've gone limp. Okay. Antoine, I want you to come on stage now. Come on up. Oscars, where it just comes out of the floor.
Hello, everyone, again. We now come to our final awards presentations for the night. And to help me with that, I would like to welcome back to stage Joey. Coming up. Do we have this on our height, both of us?
I like to hold it in my hand. Don't make it dirty. Okay. It was Edith Windsor's 84th birthday, and she was spending it staring at a laptop screen as information from scotusblog.com flashed by in a typeface too small for her to read comfortably. 4 years earlier, Edie's partner of more than 40 years, Thea Spire, died, leaving Windsor her sole heir. The two were legally married in Canada in 2007, but because of the Defense of Marriage Act, Windsor was not eligible for the exemption on estate tax that applies to husbands and wives. She had to pay $363,053 in taxes to the federal government and $275,528 to New York State. And she didn't think it was fair. So with the help of her attorney, Roberta Kaplan, Edie Windsor sued the United States and won her case in the Supreme Court.
The Supreme Court victory for Edith Windsor was a landmark victory for gay marriage, declaring DOMA, which excluded gay marriage couples from over 1,000 federal provisions, unconstitutional. The decision marked the first time that the U.S. federal government recognized same-sex marriage. Gay couples now would file joint tax returns, get access to veterans and Social Security benefits, hold on to their homes when their spouses died, and get green cards for their foreign spouses.
For her activism and heroism, the Inspire Awards is honored to present Edie Windsor with the 2016 International Icon Award.
Unfortunately, Edith could not be with us here personally this evening to accept her award. However, she sent us this wonderful message.
I am Edie Windsor, and I am so sorry not to be here in person. Please know that I am here with you all in spirit. Toronto has enormous meaning for me. I lived in New York City with my spouse, Thea Spire, for 43 plus years. We had been engaged to be married since 1967, but marriage wasn't open to us until New York State courts ascertained that New York State's Constitution recognized all marriage, all legal marriages. We traveled to Toronto where we were introduced to Mr. Justice Harvey Brownstone, who had become Canada's first openly gay judge when he was appointed to the Ontario Court of Justice in 1995. Justice Brownstone officiated at Thea's and my wedding in Toronto in May 2007, 40 years after our engagement. Our pleasure and our love story appeared in the life section of the Toronto newspaper, and we returned home to New York that same week. Thea died in February 2009. Under the USA's cruelly named Defense of Marriage Act, known as DOMA, the federal government did not recognize marriages of same-sex couples, and I was charged a very large estate tax. I sued the federal government, won in the Supreme Court, and not only got my money back, but the Supreme Court ruled that the third section of DOMA, the one that said marriage is only for a male and a female, was unconstitutional. Defeating DOMA was the first and crucial step in getting the right to marry for all 50 states. All 58 court decisions between 2013 and 2015 cited Windsor in order to get those rights, leading directly to Obergefell. In 2014, I returned to Toronto, that time to receive an award from World Pride. Justice Harvey Brownstone called me the Rosa Parks of the gay rights movement. He and I met for a CTV Canada AM interview for a segment pre-recorded for national broadcast. The next day, we met on stage at Convocation Hall, University of Toronto, and then proceeded to the World Pride Gala where I received a big award. 2 years later, this year, Harvey Brownstone received the 2016 Queen's Law Alumni Award, Justice Thomas Cromwell Distinguished Public Service Award. For sustained outstanding public service, he was a one-time legal aid counsel, a criminal lawyer, former director of Ontario's Family Responsibility Office, a best-selling author with an informative radio program. And I, this same year, 2016, returned to Toronto on film, proud and honored to receive the Inspire International Icon Award, given to individuals who have made an impact on the LGBT community around the world. Thank you all for being here, joining me to congratulate all of tonight's honorees and to be alongside our trans community heroes who have become pillars of our community. Again, thank you all. Good night.
Carla Lewis has made a great impact this year when on a casual Friday, she posted a photo of herself wearing a t-shirt that said, "Trans veteran, I fought for your right to hate me." Carla Lewis is a wife, father of 2 adult children, and grandmother of 3. She is also a veteran of the United States Air Force Space Command, serving in support of Operation Desert Storm, and was discharged in 1991 when it was discovered she was a transgender. Carla currently works as a software developer for a healthcare company in Nashville, Tennessee. In addition, she is a full-time student and part-time writer, speaker, activist, and advocate for the transgender community.
Carla's activism was ignited in 2008 when she and her wife Jamie Combs witnessed a lone gunman enter their church sanctuary and kill innocent people, including a good friend, all because her church welcomed LGBT people. To that end, Carla has tried to use her voice to advocate for equality for transgender people and speak for those that cannot speak out because of fear or intimidation.
For her activism and heroism, the Inspire Awards is honored to present Carla Lewis with a 2016 International Icon Award. Please help me give her a warm Toronto welcome.
Even though I do speak in front of people, I'm not very good at speaking off the cuff, so I prepared a little. But up until I saw my name printed in this program, I was sure someone was going to walk up to me. They had made a mistake. I never believed that others would consider me an inspiration. All I ever wanted to do was convince my trans brothers and sisters that they were powerful enough to shape their own destiny. I want no trans person to believe they are suffering alone. I want no young trans person to have to grow up in a world where they're ashamed of who they are. To that end, I also want to remember all the trans voices that have been silenced because of trans violence, transphobia, and because life got too hard for them. I myself am a victim of a suicide attempt. Now there's 40% of us that are still alive that have committed suicide. I want you to know that when you're at your job, your church, your home, when you're with your friends or your family, if it is reasonably safe for you to be out, please be out. It's very hard for people that know who you are to go to a ballot box and vote to take your rights away. So make sure that people know the real you. I'm gonna keep this short, but I want to read you a quick poem. Now, I don't know who the author is. I'd like to give them credit. But I often share this with people that are just coming out. Because what trans people don't understand is they're strong. You're forced to live a lie, and you can find the strength to live truth. Strong. I believe in trans people. I believe in us because we have been honest, at least once, in a way few people on earth have been asked to be. I believe that is what makes us so frightening. Integrity is written all over us. You can see it in the dark. There is no avoiding seeing in us that choice to hold on to the truth, even if no one else would stand with us and do the same. That's enormously threatening. It is no wonder that so many people and so many communities claim that admitting us among their number might destroy the very foundations of everything they know. Now, I don't do this alone. I'm a partner, part of a team. My wife, Jamie, she's an advocate. She's the one that cares. She's the one that has empathy. I'm the one that gets angry. I'm the one that speaks out. I can't stand to see my trans brothers and sisters hurt. If you have a voice, you have to use it. You have to make a difference. You have to speak for those that can't speak for themselves. Thank you.
So we're at that part of the evening where we have to express some gratitude and some thank yous. The Inspire Awards is presented by Pink Play Magazine and the Pink Pages Directory, P-Flag Canada, Durham Region, Peel Region, York Region, Black Friends and Family Chapters, Toronto Leather Pride, Fife House, Ontario Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce, Glad Day Bookshop, the Imperial Court of Toronto, TICOT, Toronto Trans Alliance, Northbound Leather, and is supported by the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation in the U.S., GLAD. We are always blessed at the Inspire Awards to have fabulous lineup of hosts and entertainers. Let's thank them. our cocktail reception and host, and a member of the Inspire Awards Board of Directors, the stunning and fabulous Jade Electra. Our awards ceremony host, the incredible Deb Pierce. Thank you, Elder Gary Salt, for the wonderful traditional welcome. Thank you to our performers, Jade Electra, Johnny Salib, Aqua. Yeah, I won't try the other names. I won't do that. I'm from New York. And 2 times Emmy Awards winner, the brilliant and fellow New Yorker, Damien Escobar. Our DJ for tonight's dance party, and the reason I wore these red shoes, DJ Summation. Our 11:30 show performers, Anastasia and Aqua. And our fabulous headliner, multi-Juno award-winning artist, Simone Denny. Thank you to Hart House for all your help this evening putting this together. A great big thank you from our board of directors to our events planning committee, marketing and communications committee, nominations and procedures committee, our jury panel, all our wonderful and amazing volunteers for your incredible hard work in putting this event together. And a heartfelt congratulations to all the recipients and nominees. And last but not least, thank you to all of you for sweating with us. A family that sweats together gets together.
Thank you very much. Did you have a good time tonight? Are you going to come again next year? You can nominate people if you're sitting here thinking, wow, they were totally deserving of this, but I've got a friend that's also doing this. You can go to inspireawards.ca and you can nominate your friends. Thank you very much. Get home safely, play safely, enjoy yourselves. Thank you, Antoine. Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the Hart House. Thank you very much. And remember, at midnight, you could be flying somewhere Porter Airlines flies. You got 2 tickets when you walked in. Don't lose them. Thank you very much. Good night.